Okay, today we're going to take a look at putting a composite mod into an Atari 2600 Jr. We've already done the 4-switch Atari wood grain model, which also I think applies to the straight black Vader model. But today we're going to do an Atari Jr. And then we're also going to do, eventually we're going to have a video on doing an original 6-switch. Parts that we need to take out of this one, I'm not going to take these out nicely because who has the time? But we need to take out R17 and C33 on here. So C33 is the top one there, and R17 is the middle one here. So we're just going to go and clip them like this. And let me just double check. Oh, second one from the bottom. So this one here. I think I got that one wrong when I told you originally. Glad I looked. Okay, so that's those two out. We also have to remove, we can remove this. This one I actually will remove with the taking it out this way, because that is actually easier. There we go. Okay, so down in this area of the board, we have to take out R56 and Q4. So this is Q4. So we'll just get in there. Actually, I think we'll take this one out via solder as well. So it's these 3 pins right there. Almost there. There we go. One leg is out. Leg number 2, leg number 3. So that was Q4. And then we have to do R56, which is which one? 53, 54, 55, 56. 56. That'll be this one right here. All right. Yay, I win the lottery. So we need to find a place to wire power, video, and of course, good old-fashioned ground. Okay, so ground can come from, just the band around the side there, or around the edge. Okay, I'm just going to prep some wire here. Okay. So, video comes from the top connection on R56. So let's little flux. Actually, and +5 is over here on the third pin of, or one of the pins of the transistor we removed. And then we will just tack ground. We'll put it right there. So let's tin that up. So, video. +5. And finally, ground. Now, one extra signal that we need that I almost totally forgot about is audio. Where did I put my wire for audio? Normally don't like duplicating my colors, but I don't want to cut a whole new piece of wire for audio, so we'll just see. Once we get it into place, we'll figure out how far we need to actually have an audio wire go. So I'm going to be using a mini connector to go to a cable like this in order to provide the outputs, because it's the least impact on an Atari Jr case, and there really isn't a place to put an RCA connector on the backside of the Atari Jr. There's only one place, and that's to do it on the side, and I don't like those connections. Now, I did have to take a small chunk out of the PCB in order to make room for it, but there's nothing going on there, and the board still works, and that's easy to remove, just with some cutters. I know there's going to be some purists out there that say, oh, you damaged the case and the board, and it's like, but whatever, I get to use this on a regular TV rather than having to use RF, so that's a plus. Made my own little component converter, so it's not flashy, it's not awesome, but it works, and we're going to use that. So now we need to wire it up. We'll wire it up in a test way first, then get it all mounted into the case, and then get actual permanent wires run and go from there. I always like to do this first rather than mounting everything and then go, oh, I messed up. Okay, so let's tin the wires first. Low flux. So this is my ground. This is the video in. And this is the +5. Got another piece of green wire here, so at least it's the same color as what I used for the video, so we know those are not power and ground. But let's get the sound wired up too. Audio comes from this point here. So let's get that tinned up with a little bit more solder. So a little flux. There we go. And connect our wire. Okay, so we'll attach our ground wire to the ground. And our video wire to the new output. Right, like that. So we'll just tin these new ends. Okay. It's hard to see, but each one of these connectors has a number on it. I checked it out earlier, and 1 and 2 are the left and right audio, 3 is the video, and 4 is the ground. So there's number 4 right there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bend these out ever so slightly so that I can solder on the inside of the connector so that I can still see the numbers if I need to make a change. So number 4 is this one right here. So a little flux. Little solder on the iron. Nice smoke effect. And we'll just put a little tin on there. Then solder them together. And then the other one, video, is number 3. So number 3 is this one. So again, same process. And do a 3-handed job with 2. Not the best soldering job, but this isn't permanent anyway. This is just to test. And there we go. All right, let's hook up the audio as a test. Okay, since the Atari just sends out mono, it doesn't matter where we put this, we just have to hook up to both pins. Okay. Sound is working. Everything's working. Let's see if we can get this guy mounted back in the case. Okay, so I made a little gap in the shielding in order for the wires to come out. There we go. And that should be enough. Now this is just going to go right there. And I have a fastener for it right here. And let's tighten that up just a little bit. Okay, good. All right, let's find a place to stick it down. Right here. Now the top cover needs a good cleaning. So let's get that done.
Well, I'd have to say this one turned out pretty sweet. I had to swap the top case with a different one because I found out one of the buttons didn't work. There's a ribbon cable that runs between the reset and the select button, and it had a tear in it that I didn't notice before. But just had to clean it up, swapped it out, no big deal. But it looks great, and it looks great on the screen too. For a 70s console. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.